And we are live. Welcome to the Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Jackie. I apologize for being fashionably late. I am joined here by my co-host. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my guy.
Yo, I'm Mac. Thank you guys for joining us after Cardinals lost to the 49ers. But you can find me on Twitter at AZ Sports Fiend. We got no Will here tonight, but
College Tings is
college
gone
games on Christmas weekend. So, good for him. I'm sure what do you say? He has a hot date tonight or something?
with his mother, yes. And I'm not joking, guys. He has a hot date with his mom. But if you know Will and you know the show,
and if you know his mom, well,
I don't know about Will's mom. Actually, Will's mom is very pretty, but Will gets bitches. Will gets all the bitches.
Yeah. Look at us.
Anyways,
we're both locked up, so we can only just hear his stories of threesomes and college adventures, college things, So, but hopefully he's here with us next week as we're going to be rounding down our end of the season. So, Jackie, where did you watch the game this last weekend?
I watched it from the comfort of my couch, in and out of sleep, to be honest with you.
Yeah, long night Saturday or what?
Actually, it was a long night Friday. So very rough Saturday, which turned into just a sleepy Sunday. When you get old, like, you can't fucking hang anymore. So hangovers, it's like a whole weekend affair.
Oh my God. The things we used to do in our fucking early 20s and just wake up spry as fuck the next day. Can't be doing that no more. But were you able to stay up for the Cardinal game, or they put you to sleep? I know it was a competitive game about, through the first couple quarters. The 49ers ended up running away with it. Christian McCaffrey, a couple touchdowns. Brock Purdy was pretty spot on. And our defense, with all the injuries we've had throughout the year, going up against probably, the Super Bowl favorite right now is still good. I was still happy with how the guys fought. At the end of the day, they fought hard. No one's given up on this team. And that goes a long way saying, what type of coach Jonathan Gannon is and the type of leaders that are on this team.
You know what? You're right. And I mean, when I watched the game Sunday, I was already in a terrible mood. So, like, my views going over the whole thing, very pessimistic, very, very Will of me. But looking back at some highlights and just, we didn't get our shit pushed in.
No.
Which, yeah, you're going up against, like, the best defense in the league and the Super Bowl favorite right now. So you would think we would get our shit pushed in. But, I mean, like, the first quarter, or the first, like, 2 quarters, it kind of felt like it was going to be a shootout from there. Unfortunately, we just couldn't get it done, and then it just started to slip away from us as the game progressed. And, to me, that was probably the worst game I've seen from Kyler, obviously this year, but just one of the worst games I've seen that I can recall off the top of my head. And then looking back on it, I don't know if anybody's familiar with a YouTube channel called Jackson Kruger Sports, but he does a lot of film breakdown. He did have some very nice plays, and he did game manage a little bit. So it's not as bad as you would think. It's not a fucking disaster class by any means. It just wasn't a good game.
No, yeah, it wasn't a good game. And, that pick six obviously hurt.
Yes.
But when you have receivers combining, at the wide receiver room, combining for what? 3 catches, 4 catches for however many fucking yards. Trey McBride's your one threat, in the passing game. It's going to be hard getting anything going. And to, Kyler's credit, he did, even though he threw a couple picks, he did engineer the second most points against this 49ers team this year. They got 31 to the Bengals a little while back, but in 2 games, with one with Kyler, one with Dobbs, the Cardinals have put up 45 points. To put that in comparison, in 2 games against the Seahawks, they put up 29 points against the 49ers. So, I mean, in 2 games, we put up 16 more points than a team that's 500 fighting for the playoffs against probably the best team, But when you end up giving up a combined 80 points in those two games to the 49ers, you're going to come away 0-2. But, I feel like Kyler, this is his highest completion game of the season, I believe.
Oh, wow.
So there are some good things to take away from James Conner. Another hard-nosed game, 86 yards on the ground, TD. But yeah, I mean, Trey McBride, other than Trey McBride in the passing game, there's not much there. He finished with 10 catches, over 100 yards for the second time in his career. Second time in however many games that the Cardinals have a tight end, and it's Trey McBride both times getting over 100 yards in 30 years. So, coming away from this season, you got to come away with something positive. To me, the biggest positive is Trey McBride and, his future right there. It's almost a shame that Zach Ertz took those reps, coming off his ACL injury for the first, handful of games. But here we go. Zach Ertz is still a free agent, a few weeks after he got released by the Cardinals.
And that's telling. I mean, you would have thought, everybody thought that Zach Ertz was going to get picked up by a contender. I mean, everybody outside of the Cardinals fan base that has really watched Zach Ertz this year and then last year, it's Zach Ertz. The name itself you'd think would get him a spot somewhere, but that's just really telling that teams watch tape and they know that, he's on the back end of his career. And do you sign him just because he's a good guy? He's not producing. He's not going to produce. And yeah, we have a star in Trey McBride, so his time here was not needed.
Amen to that. Amen to that. And so this week coming up, we got a big game coming up against the Bears. I think that we're going to win. And if Washington was to lose, we would leapfrog them to the fourth pick, which would be big. But the Washington is playing the Jets, so that's huge. For our draft stock, I think we're all going to be huge Commanders fans this week. Hopefully, get that win over Zach Wilson or whoever the fuck the Jets are going to be running out there at quarterback. But I'm looking forward to this week coming up. Kyler had a great game against the Bears in Chicago last time. And I think we're going to see a little bit more of that. I do think we're going to see him possibly use his legs more, depending on how that weather and wind is going in the Windy City on Sunday. But, I'm looking forward to these last few games. It's, hasn't been the season we all wanted. Is pretty much the season a lot of us have kind of expected. But if you can get Kyler out here, get another win out of these next 3 games, you're feeling pretty good considering, we had 1 win without him over when he had after his ACL tear, and to walk away with maybe, a 3-4 record with Kyler under center, that bodes well for the future. With a high draft pick, hopefully we can add to this wide receiver room, get a legitimate wide receiver 1 in there. And, I would love for us to get maybe it's definitely down on the needs, but we were able to get, Marvin Harrison and then let's say another complimentary running back to James Conner, more maybe a speed guy, a guy out of the backfield who can catch some passes. I think this offense could be fucking deadly next year.
I know we've got a fucking weapon in Trey McBride, kind of unexpected.
Yeah.
And then if we can land our Marvin Harrison Jr., watch out. Hollywood, I don't think will be here.
No.
Rondell, he can go for all I care, honestly. I hate to say that.
Yeah, I think he'll be on the last year of his rookie deal, I believe. So
he'll be here, but
I imagine he'll be here. But I don't know if you can. This fucking coaching staff has had basically a full year with him now, and he's gonna have career lows in basically everything other than rushing yards. So as much as people clamored about Cliff Kingsbury not being able to get Rondell more touches, this coaching staff has done nothing to change that mindset about who Rondell Moore is as a wide receiver and a playmaker, throughout his career. It's unfortunate as it feels like he's regressed.
Yes.
Can't make really catches in traffic unless it's on Patrick Peterson. And then you're just not seeing any breakaway speed. That's what his biggest usage is. His biggest function is his speed. And we have not yet to really see him out in space running over fucking or running by defenders. It's just very disappointing in that respect.
Yeah, it kind of blows my mind that we're not just rolling him out, like just let him run fucking deep and just throw it to him. Like we're still trying to do these like weird behind the line of scrimmage passes or just these short passes, and it's not working. So it's like what is going on behind the scenes that our coaching staff still is trying to push this on him?
I feel like they've tried throwing it downfield maybe earlier in the year a little bit. But, same thing as Hollywood. Those 50-50 balls, when Larry Fitzgerald had a 50-50 ball, that thing was turning into a 90-10 ball. He could out-jump anyone. And so these receivers that it feels like we have now, these 50-50 balls are turning into 10-90 balls. The ball has to be fucking placed perfectly. And then even when it is placed perfectly, we saw Rondell drop that fucking deep pass to open the game, a few weeks ago. He had that huge deep pass for the touchdown against the Texans to open the game. But you're right. We just haven't seen enough of it to feel comfortable moving into next year as him being a starter on this offense. You cannot rely on him, and, he's been fairly healthy for the most part this year, which is kind of been the knock on him all, throughout his career. But unfortunately, he just has not been able to produce for one reason or another.
So I'm saying I have more faith right now in Greg Dortch than I do in both Hollywood and Rondell Moore. And it just sucks. Like, like I know, like Kyler had a bad game. In my opinion, Kyler had a bad game. But our wide receivers can't get separation to save their lives. And then I just don't trust their hands. Because, yeah, Rondell had a beautiful catch that he could have made, and he freaking drops it.
Yeah, I mean, he's over here. His last 4 games combined, he has a total of 55 receiving yards. That's just not going to get it done in this league. I don't care how fast you are. So it's pretty unfortunate that this is kind of what we've been. Excuse me. No, he doesn't. He's got a little bit more than that because that Houston game I was looking earlier. So he had 5 receiving yards last game on 2 catches. He had 6 yards on 1 catch against Pittsburgh, 11. 35 yards on 2 catches against the Rams. So you're looking at 46 over the last 3 games. And then he caught that, what he caught? 48-yard touchdown was his only catch against Houston. So unfortunately, it just has not been there. And we need playmakers, whether it's going to be through the draft or free agency next year. But still to be able to put up 29 points when Hollywood Brown is non-existent, has been basically dealing with injury. Him and Dortch did not practice today, which is never a good sign on a Thursday. So I would anticipate both being out this week. So if there was ever a week Rondell Moore could get more targets, than the 2, 3, 2, 1 that he's received in the last handful of weeks, this would be the week, but we will see how he performs in Chicago with the weather, impending weather. I haven't really looked at the forecast so far, but you're in December in Chicago. It's not really you're not really prone to making, it's not beneficial more times than not for the wide receiver and passing game.
Yeah, I mean our passing game to the wide receivers has just been non-existent lately. And I mean, we've tried to force feed Hollywood a little bit, and that just hasn't been working. And then you got Trey McBride, who I feel like no one can guard right now. Big body dude, great hands, can catch anything. Even those balls that aren't thrown, accurately, he can make the adjustment and get it. So it's going to be the Trey McBride and James Conner show again. But aside from, I think, what was it, a fumble that DeMarcado had, he had a pretty good game as well, I thought.
Yeah, he broke out that long touchdown. I don't know if he's going to be that guy moving forward, but, it's like a running back 3. Him and Michael Carter seem, fairly similar skill sets, in my opinion. But DeMarcado, I mean, he's young. Is he a rookie? So was more throwing some shade. What did Rondell Moore say about K1?
Enlighten us, dude. I need it.
Yeah, I literally just stormed home from work, haven't eaten anything, and we haven't talked about, what are you drinking, Jackie? Anything?
Yeah, I got a Coors Light right now. And then on deck, I've got I don't fucking like Trulies, but we had a party over the weekend, so I'm just kind of drinking all the leftover shit. So
Oh,
I got
shit.
a
Did I
Truly.
not get an invite?
Huh?
Did I miss my invite?
Sorry, dude. Next time.
I'm sure Will
And then
will.
I'm trying to eat right now. I'm fucking eating Sonics. I'm sorry. I'm like smacking my lips.
What are you eating?
Sonic chicken, popcorn chicken.
Ooh, what's your dipping sauce of choice?
I'm raw dogging it because
Oh,
I literally just had to have like my nephew bring it to me in my room while I'm doing this. So no sauce. We're free balling.
nice. I got the lady cooking up some pizza here in a bit.
Pizza.
Y'all.
What a keeper.
I don't know. So I got some Kilt Lifter on tap right now. So shout out to everyone in here. Thank you guys for joining us. Colby, Alex Mann, didn't catch the name of the first person who responded, but
Classy nasty. What's going on, dude?
we appreciate you guys. So thank you guys for being here. I know we've been a little off and on our schedule recently. My pops hasn't really been doing too great, so I've been over there a lot. Haven't had a lot of time. So, but we appreciate you guys for jumping on here at late notice with us. It means a lot to Jackie and I for you guys to join us on our weekly. We try to do weekly, but Thursday breakdown of the Cardinals game, and looking forward to the week ahead. And we only have two more podcasts after this, I guess. And I guess we'll do an end of the season one wrap up. And I think we'll try to do Jackie, maybe bi-weekly one or something, or bi-monthly, where we do it, a podcast every month at least, leading up to the draft. And we'd like to maybe do a spaces for the draft or do something this year a little bit different than what we've had in the past.
All right, here we go. Was asked about the wide receiver not being involved in the passing game, says all the guys in the wide receiver room have the ability to win, and sometimes the passes just don't go our way. Kind of along those lines. Well, I mean,
kind of sounds like a little bit of it. I mean, personally, just the tone of it. Obviously, we have to see the quote, but I mean,
yeah.
we see these, the analytics of the wide receiver, the Cardinals wide receivers having some of the least amount of separation in the league. So I don't know exactly Rondell where he's coming from. I'm sure he's frustrated. I'm sure he's frustrated just as much as anyone. But when you're dropping balls and you're clearly not getting open enough, because when we're watching these games, any contested pass to Rondell or Hollywood, they're just not being completed.
No. And that's almost like turnover territory right there. So it's like, yeah, you got to play it safe. If you're not getting separation, you don't have the hand to make those catches.
Exactly.
But speaking, Colby brought up that Kyler can count on Higgins and McBride more so than them, which is true because they're tight at Higgins. I learned watching the game that Higgins was a wide receiver in college, making the transition to tight end. So that kind of makes me feel better about that pickup there. But they're big body dudes, versus these 5'7", fucking 5'8" guys that are shorter or as tall as Kyler. Like, he can't see you. And you're not mossing dudes. The only small guy that can moss anybody on our team is, again, Greg Dortch, who I would rather see take more of the snaps from Rondell and Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it on this podcast since day one when we saw the roster.
Yeah.
We knew that this wide receiver room was probably going to be in trouble, and that Kyler or Josh Dobbs or whoever the quarterback was, their favorite target was going to be the tight end. Yeah. They're the one guy. He's the one guy that can actually go up and get the ball, high point the ball. And same with Higgins. Fortunately, fucking Higgins got that touchdown, and I lost like $200 because of it. I had McBride touchdown right there, but I won't think about that. So, but yeah, no, I mean, the tight end room looks pretty good moving forward. I don't think we really have to worry about that. Hopefully, Jeff Swaim,
is okay.
Yeah, that did not look very pretty. So,
no.
Moving forward, there are some good pieces on this team. I think most of them are on the offense. Unfortunately, I don't see Zaven Collins cutting it on the defense. I don't think he will be here once his contract's up. And then also, it's interesting that, Cam Thomas played 4 snaps this last week, and his snap count has not been good, even though I feel like he's been fairly productive at certain points of the season, but he's just not really getting the reps right now, which is unfortunate.
And I saw today that in the last 3 games, we've had 0 sacks.
Yep. Yep. We're going to have to address that, through the draft or free agency. There's only so many, positions that you can really count on in the draft. Like if we go, we have a handful of top picks in the top 3 rounds. After that, I mean, really the first 2 rounds, and then after the second round, it's more of a crapshoot than anything. It feels like.
Mm-hmm.
So personally, I would like, an offensive guard, a left guard. I want, to be a free agent, a guy that has had a lot of experience under his belt for the most part entering next year. Defensive line, eventually we're going to have to draft there in an edge rusher. I don't think you're going to draft both very high. So one of them is going to have to really be probably through the draft. The other one's going to have to be free agency. Cornerback would love. That's, one of my top positions of need that I would love to be able to try to land, a CB1 with that Texans pick in the back half of the first round.
Yeah, it sucks that the Texans just decided to turn it around like immediately. Because we thought, that's like 2 top 5 picks. Psych.
Yeah, and they have a franchise generational type quarterback. Good Lord.
That's very Cardinals of us. Like that shit would happen to us.
Yeah, I don't know if I would take it back though. I mean,
no, never.
Paris Johnson's been great, but I think it's, starting next year, we need to see him at left tackle. I feel like he has had his ups and downs like most rookies do. DJ Humphries, I feel like has gotten a little bit better since kind of how he started. But at the end of the day, Paris Johnson's your left tackle of the future, or at least he should be.
Yeah, and that was another observation of mine that I had this game, that I feel like our line played very well.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, Kyler times, but
yeah, considering who you're going up against, I mean, no doubt about it. It was really, even though, like you said, Kyler did not have, a great game by any means, but still put up 29 fucking points, so that's going to win games more weeks than not, depending on who you're playing. And it's just the talent deficiency on defense. And, the Cardinals defense passing wise, they've been okay. I think they've given up the 13th most yards in the league. But teams get up so early that they've only had the 4th most pass attempts against in the league. So teams get up and they just pound that fucking rock. And, we're giving up, I think, the 31st most yards on the ground in the league. So, while we have a very unproven cornerback room, for the most part, I think they've held their own. Obviously, it's not anything that we want to go into next season with. You want to be able to have a CB1 in there. And it looks like Garrett Williams, I believe, did not practice today as well. So that is going to be an area that, to kind of keep an eye on, even though Justin Fields and the Bears aren't really prolific passing. DJ Moore is a fucking stud out there and is better than, any cornerback that we have. So it's going to be a tough matchup. It looks like there's predicted rain tomorrow, cloudy Saturday, Sunday, rain Monday, but you never know. It change on a dime in Chicago. And their running game hasn't been too bad. So it's going to be, it's going to be a tight game against the Bears, in my opinion. I figured it'd probably be fairly low scoring, but the Cardinals have proven to be able to put up points on the board, especially since Kyler's been back.
Yep. And I mean, like you said, we put up 29 points against the Niners. And I mean, yeah, the Bears have been playing better as of late.
Really choked away that win against fucking Joe Flacco last week.
Right. So I feel very good about this game.
I do think we're gonna win. I know we're, we could be homers at time.
Yeah, especially because like Kyler came off that high ankle sprain and last year and played the Bears in the rain.
Yeah,
was a very good game. So I would really like to see him carve them up. I saw some article that some Chicago writer was like, this is
Compare.
why the Bears shouldn't draft a quarterback number 1 overall. And I didn't read it,
Yeah.
but it's a picture of Kyler Murray. So I already knew where they were going with that. So with that being said, fuck you. Justin Fields ain't it. And I really hope we carve up the Bears.
I don't think he might not be it either. But if I'm Chicago, if even if I get the first pick, I don't believe in fucking Caleb Williams that much, and certainly not Drake May. You need to build an actual roster. It doesn't really. It's like the Cardinal situation where it doesn't really matter who the fucking quarterback is when you have a roster with so many significant holes on it.
Right.
The Bears have played a lot better since they traded for Montez Sweat. So that's a guy right there that we're going to have to watch out for, no doubt, heading into this game. But the Cardinals seem to do very well against teams that are kind of anemic offensively, and I put the Bears in that category, just like the Steelers.
Mhm.
They're a little bit better than the Steelers in that regard, in my opinion. But a team that isn't used to scoring over 20 points per game a lot, with Kyler Murray being at the helm, it's definitely one of these games that we can steal. And as long as Washington wins, I'll be totally fine with the Cardinals fucking winning this game.
Right. But yeah, Colby says K1 is what the Bears fans hope Fields could be, and it's true. If somehow Kyler Murray became available for the Bears, they would fucking jump all over him.
I think if you had Justin Fields and Kyler Murray both available, I would like to think Kyler Murray would probably be more sought after. I do think he's a better passer.
Yeah.
They're fairly similar on the ground. I think Kyler's more elusive. Justin Fields, he's probably more of a prototypical guy that he can take a little bit more punishment. But yeah, I mean, I think they're fairly even in my eyes, other than, Kyler has led a team to the playoffs. He's led, what we get 11 fucking wins, 12 wins, or whatever the fuck case it was. So, I don't know if Justin Fields is the guy, and you have a lot of, I think it's fairly obvious right now Kyler Murray will be here next year.
Yeah.
We've been saying, and I've been saying that, as long as he stays healthy, did he get hit hard last game or something? I saw him limping around. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, so that he went out, and I'm thinking, oh shit, like the
that's right. He got he got elbowed in the fucking balls. Oh
yeah, that's what it was. He got hit in the balls.
Right.
And I'm like, get me on the
that
field.
shit gotta hurt though, man. I mean, fuck.
Yeah, that was fucking scary. But yeah.
Yeah, at first you didn't really know what it was. It like, did he fucking just tear his groin or something? Like, what the fuck? Like,
was it his shoulder? Was it his hand? No, he just got fucking kneed in the balls.
Fucking yeah. So, the Cardinals with Kyler Murray are so much more entertaining to watch than with Josh Dobbs. So I'm grateful for that. That we're here end of December. We have a team that has 3 wins on the year, and I'm still looking forward to these games. There's been a lot worse seasons. I mean, fuck, you could be the Suns right now, where you have all the expectations in the world, and you look back and you're 500. I mean, that's kind of where the Bills are, about, or like the Eagles. The Eagles so fucking hot now. They look like they can't beat a fucking turd in the fucking street. So.
Like I've been saying these past few weeks, football has been fucking mid this year. That I would
know how people win money gambling on the NFL. It's fucking ridiculous. It's so unpredictable.
Yeah, no, I would rather watch my shit team maybe surprise me than fucking any of these so-called Super Bowl contenders, because to me they all seem fraudulent.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not saying like I would rather fucking have this Cardinals roster right now than the Eagles roster by any means. But it just with the expectations that we had coming into this season, I'm just very happy. I feel like I'm in a better mental space than most Eagles fans are today, about my team than their team. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yep, and maybe Eagles fans fucking blame Jonathan Gannon was ready to run his ass out of town.
How's that looking, pussies?
Yeah. So eat shit
Eat dicks and shit.
at the same time.
I feel like that was like a YouTube viral video in 2006 or something.
Oh yeah.
Eating dicks and shits and two chicks in a cup.
Oh god. I've
I never saw that full video. I saw like the very beginning of it. I was like, nope, turn that bitch
No,
off.
if you saw the very beginning of it, you're like, "Oh, this is cool." And then
It
after
was
maybe
like
like
right
a minute
when it was
in,
like,
you're like, "This is not cool anymore."
right. I was like, nope. It's like right when it started getting sketchy. I already knew about it a little bit, and nope. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
You know those bitches got to be fucking moms and everything now too, if they're not dead. But fucking crazy.
That is crazy, but that being said, I'd rather watch 2 chicks in a cup than whatever Super Bowl fucking is gonna be put on in February. I'll just say that.
Damn. Well, who do you think? Let's put our predictions right now. Who do you think the two teams are going to be? We got 49ers. Is that a lock for both of us?
Yeah, it'll be San Fran if they can stay healthy.
I'm going Buffalo. To be honest, I think they
Give me
don't
give me fucking Buffalo. Why not?
because I mean the Chiefs aren't that team. I don't think.
No.
You know, like their defense is better than their offense. So like that's kind of saying something. Their receiving room is fucking. They might have big body guys, but that receiving room is just as bad as the fucking Cardinals. Other than Rasheed Rice.
Kadarius Toney is
Other
coming
than
up with
Rasheed
creative
Rice. Give Rasheed
ways
Rice.
to lose.
Rasheed Rice is a stud. But yeah, Kadarius Toney. How's that guy still in the league?
If I'm Mahomes, I would have taken his ass out back and shot him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a new segment, everybody. It could be worse. We could have
Could be worse. You could be Chandler Jones.
you could be Chandler Jones showing up to the fucking facility, scaring the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, what the fuck? Did you see everyone? They're like, oh my
Yeah, he walked right in. And I'm
god.
like, it's that easy that I can just go walk right in?
Yeah, because they had that fucking little. They used to have the team shop back there where you walk through, and they got a little team shop back there, or they did. I don't know if it's changed now, but yeah, for it to, I mean, it's been wide open ever since I can remember. Yeah, you can fucking go in there, and which is pretty crazy. 2023, Arizona Cardinals, baby.
Yeah, so our pass rush has been looking like shit. So do we tell Chandler fucking put the pads on, homie?
Don't mind your CTE. Come play for us. Couple more
Yeah.
snaps. That guy, wish him the best, but Jesus Christ. When I saw him butt naked walking around his house, fucking through his mirror, I'm like, I'm okay. The fuck is going on with this guy? Did you see that video where he's just
Yeah, walking on 3 legs.
yeah. And then he's like, oh, I'm naked. Ooh.
There's my
What
wiener.
is going on in your head? And the chick that he was with on that video this week, you could tell she didn't want to do anything with him. She's like, don't put me on your fucking shit. Like, she was trying to like hide her face and everything. Yeah, of course you'd be fucking ashamed being around that fucking dude right now.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, smile and laugh and nod because he's buying you really expensive chains.
Right.
Jesus.
Yeah. Watch out for your life. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I need to name a big dick player of the game.
Oh my gosh. This is the longest we've ever gone.
Yeah, we're at 33 minutes and I still haven't named one, but I mean, at this point in the season, who else is going to be big dick player of the game? If it's not James
Yeah,
Conner
Prater. Oh.
and it's not Matt Prater, it's definitely going to be
Trey
Trey Two
McBride.
Moms.
Who?
Trey Two Moms.
Oh,
He's
fuck.
got 2 moms. That's what I call him, Trey Two Moms.
My brother said that shit yesterday, and I totally spaced that. At the draft, they showed both of his moms. I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you call yourself a fan? That's fucking hilarious. He just said that, though. He just said that fucking yesterday. I'm like, oh, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out Trey McBride, man. For my money, he's a very willing blocker as well. He's not, he's not a diva type guy. Like, he wants to be great. And that guy's a fucking monster, dude. Like, try tackling him one-on-one. Good fucking luck if you're a DB. Good Lord.
So I'm saying, like, he's become very unguardable. And that's, like, tight end is, like, such an underrated position because, like, You can have a tight end that is good for a couple catches a game, maybe. Or you can have a fucking tight end that no one can seem to fucking stop. So that being said, like, as it stands right now, is Trey McBride like a top tight end in the league?
Oh yeah, he's got to be. I mean, there's a stats that he's ranked 14th in yards per reception in the whole NFL between wide receivers and tight ends. That's wide fucking receivers right there. What up? What up, Kenny? Good seeing you, brother. But yeah, I mean, for him, he is definitely in the. I mean, I'm in a keeper league where you keep two players, and wherever you draft them, if you're going to keep that guy, the next year or this year, of the draft. So let's say I drafted Justin Herbert in the 9th round this year. If I kept him, that's going to be my 8th round pick next year. So that basically is going to be where I draft Justin Herbert. So I picked up Trey McBride. And so if you pick up a player, you get him at like round 11. So I'm going to keep him at 11. James Cook at round fucking 12 or something. I drafted him last year and kept him. So those two right there, I mean, Trey McBride is definitely, a guy that we can, like, I need a Trey McBride jersey, Jackie. How about we try
It's getting to, I would buy his jersey level.
Oh, I will buy his Big Dick Player of the fucking Year award statue if it comes to it. I'll buy his Big Dick Player of the Year butt plug, and we'll call it a fucking day.
I will make you one for Christmas.
Oh God!
Give me some fucking glitter and some glue.
It better be smooth. No, I'm kidding. I ain't doing no.
Now you gotta supply your own lube for
that. No, but yeah, I mean, Trey McBride will be. So you're gonna have probably Laporta is gonna be a big draft guy.
Yeah.
You're gonna have Hawkinson up there. You're still gonna have Kelsey, but McBride's had a better season than Kelsey, especially recently.
Don't let Taylor Swift see that.
Wow, fuck you, Taylor. She ain't seeing. Yeah, she's a big fan. I know of this, but who knows? She's big Redzone, Redbird Redzone fan. But
he is.
Trey McBride will be in your fantasy drafts. He will be no worse than the 4th tight end taken off the board, I think. And I mean, those tight ends go quick. So I mean, you're thinking fucking Kelsey, Laporta, Hawkinson. Who else am I missing? He'll go above
Mark Andrews if he can recover.
Yeah, he'll go above Mark Andrews, I think. I feel like he would. That'd probably be close. That'd probably be like right about there. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, Njoku's been really good recently, especially with Flacco. But I mean, I'd still take McBride.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can say, without a doubt, he's definitely especially one of the up and coming tight ends. But he's a top 5 tight end in the league today.
Yes. So Colby says since week 8, he's led tight ends in receptions and is second in yards with 542.
Yeah, and I think he needs to average 90 yards per game, a little over 90 yards per game to these next 3 games to reach the 1,000-yard mark, which would be huge. That's never been done in Arizona Cardinal history. You'd have to go back to St. Louis, I believe, with was Jackie Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I think last 1,000-yard, tight end. So that would be something that I never thought I'd really see around here. Even growing up in like the late 90s, I remember people were like, we can never get a tight end around here. What the fuck? 20-something years later, here we are. Here's our fucking savior. Here's our big dick player tight end that we've been yearning for.
And shit, he might win the coveted big dick player of the year.
We'll have to tag him on a post and let him know.
Yes. And I will have to make a somewhat safe for work photoshopped award. I don't know if he would appreciate just a giant gold cock.
Why wouldn't he? It's got to be giant, though. I mean, it's got to be ginormous.
The biggest one I can find. If you're still hanging with us and we're talking about dicks and balls, we appreciate you.
Yeah,
I have just opened my second drink. This is a margarita. This tastes like shit, by the way. I'm gonna need to fucking take a Tums and 4 ibuprofens before bed. But it's It's about to
What
get
up?
really weird in here.
Have you ever met a Arizona Cardinal player?
Me?
Yeah.
Have I?
No, she's not Colby. Big. She said she's gonna have to do internet searches to find something worthy of Trey McBride's Golden Penis Award.
I'm not gonna comment. But he knows. He knows how I feel.
How you doing, Jackie?
I'm doing okay.
Oh, not well.
I mean, I'm doing a lot better than the average person in my position would be, because if you know me, you know I'm getting divorced and my kid goes back and forth between Arizona and Virginia. So I will not have her for Christmas.
Oh, fuck. Sorry to hear that.
It's all good. I get her back in like 3 weeks, so we're up. But other than that, I'm very good. This season has fucking felt like the longest football season ever.
Really?
You feel that way?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like that. I don't know. I've had so much shit going on. It's actually gone really quick for me. You know, either it drags on for a season where we have 3 wins. For me personally, I feel like it's gone really quick. Like I can't. I don't know what it is. I can't really put my finger on it,
But yeah, and it's just like, well, I go into every game.
I mean, it goes a lot longer when you have a bad team. When you're not a good team,
Yes.
it definitely go. You know, you're just waiting for the season to end. I agree with that.
Yes. But the only thing, the I guess good part you could say about it is that we didn't have Kyler for half the season, so we get to watch him in the next half, like the last half of the season. Because even if he's playing bad, he's not playing god fucking awful. I have yet to see a game where where I feel like, get this fucking dude off my team.
He's the reason why we lost.
Right.
Like you got what up, Johnny?
It's
Yanni?
one.
I know it's been a minute.
Hi, one.
How you doing, brother?
Long time no see, pal. We miss you here at the Redbird Redzone.
Yeah, we do. Just Jackie and I tonight. No Bobby, no Will. Will doing college things, but here we are doing adult things. So
I didn't even realize that all of these comments that are coming in are from the Twitter chat. So
really? Wait, like on your post?
no, because when I set up these live streams, it streams from my account. So I'll still post a link. I'll still tweet the link if people want to watch on YouTube, but they can watch on Twitter. So shout out to y'all for seeing the stream and jumping in. We appreciate you.
Hell yeah, we're just free balling it tonight. We got no notes. We're just winging it. I fucking walked in from work literally 10 minutes before we started. So, we appreciate each and every one of you. I see all you guys on here. You guys are all big sports fans, Cardinals, Suns, D-backs. So, always stay repping the local teams. We appreciate you. And, Jackie and I aren't going anywhere. So thank you guys again for being here. Subscribe to Jackie's Patreon and OnlyFans, Jay San Diego and Hose and Toes. So there you go, Jackie. Hopefully you get a couple more followers.
Yep. And then you can use promo code TOES for 50% off your first month.
Yep. Put in Golden Dick McBride and you receive an additional month for free.
Speaking of Golden Dick McBride, because I see now that we're doing Pro Bowl votes.
Yeah, he's a Pro Bowler.
Yep. Is anybody else on this roster, do you feel like is worth the nod?
Matt Prater.
Yeah, special teams.
So. Yeah, and I mean, I think Buda Baker will just get the votes. I don't know.
It's been a quiet year for Buda.
It has been a quiet year for Buda. I can't really think of anyone else on the defense that Jalen Thompson's. I feel like he's been a little bit underwhelming in my opinion.
He's had an average year.
Yeah, through the air, I don't think his metrics grade very well. But even just rewatching games and stuff, it has been an average year compared to the rise that he was doing in his first couple of years here. I would Buddha is obviously he'd be my top choice on the defense.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, when your defense, your top sack leader has 5 sacks, I don't think you're going to have too many guys, especially not edge. James Conner's definitely up there, even though he did miss a couple games and he ranks like 20th in rushing touchdowns and like 22nd in rushing yards total in the league right now. There are some good, running backs out there, but James Conner is deserving when you take away those couple games that he's missed as well. Trey McBride, Matt Prater. I feel like Will Hernandez has been pretty good. I don't know if Pro Bowl worthy. But anyone else you got, Jackie?
I think you've nailed it.
If Kaiser White was healthy, I feel like
Yeah.
this defense is obviously has, even though they weren't great earlier in the year, they're definitely leaking a little bit more oil than usual, I feel like. And he's a big reason why. When you lose a captain on the defense who has the green dot on there, that's going to be pretty big. Other than that, I mean, defensive line, maybe Kevin Strong would be my number one, vote getter for that. But other than that, it'd be far-fetched finding anyone. I remember back in the 90s, man, it was always Scott Player who would fucking get a vote for or who would be our Pro Bowler, the punter. It would always be our punter, man. I fucking swear to God. We're kind of back there this year with all the injuries and everything, but this team has talent, with an off season of Monty Austin actually spending money, because that's certainly what he did not do last year. And with all these high draft picks, I don't think there shouldn't be a reason why we can't be a team that could surprise, next year, a la the Texans of this year.
Right.
It's going to be an interesting offseason, but you have anyone else in your Pro Bowl? Sorry to ramble.
No, but now that you brought up Matt Prater, he's been very fucking solid this year.
Oh my God.
For how old he is, dude is 39.
He crushing fucking 58 yarders, like
yes,
10 yards up the net and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Like he's been the unsung hero of this team this year.
And if you're a kicker, why would you not want to fucking kick in, Arizona? You get a dome for half your games. You're in a higher elevation, so the ball fucking automatically boots further here. That's why, Diamondbacks have always been known as a stadium that has given up a lot of home runs before they started doing the fucking humidifier bullshit. But
yeah,
the ball flies up here. We're at what, 3,000 feet elevation or something like that. I don't know where the fuck we're at, but 2,500. I don't fucking know what we're at. But if you're a kicker, why would you not? I mean, if you're Matt Prater and you're at the end, your age says you're at the end of your career, I would love to fucking stay here.
Yeah. If he's still fucking kicking balls like that.
Oh my God. Yeah. I hope he's here another few years. I'd sign him to a fucking 2-3 year contract tomorrow. 2 years.
Yeah, and look how fucking old man Vinatieri was. Like, he was still fucking solid.
So it's cracking, Jackie. What do you got going on this weekend for the game?
Are we home? No.
We're in Chicago.
We're in Chicago. It's Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, yeah. You got any plans? Hot date?
Colby works.
Christmas Eve?
Yeah, it's a half day.
Strip club?
Yeah. Shaking that ass. Yeah. I don't know. What time is the game? Is it an early game?
It is an early game.
Okay, so we'll be on
11. It's not. Excuse me, 2:25.
Oh, 2:25. I don't know. I haven't even thought about it. I'm ready to fucking get Christmas over with, to be honest. So
ready. I mean, the one taking tomorrow off through Monday, so it's like a 4-day weekend, which is glorious.
Yeah,
absolutely glorious. But yeah, still got more shopping to do. Fucking unbelievable. How does Christmas sneak up on us every year so fast?
I don't know. But if you're in the comments listening, what are you doing Christmas Eve? Where are you watching the game? Are you going to watch the game?
You didn't expand on my question, Jackie. Who have you personally met as an Arizona Cardinal?
I have met 0 Cardinals.
Shut up. Really?
As far as I know.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know what sucks is I worked at Whole Foods in North Scottsdale.
You
I missed Carson Palmer by like 5 minutes. I'm pretty sure I rang up Patrick Peterson's wife at one point. And I've met other fucking football players like James Harrison. Fuck James Harrison. But that motherfucker used to buy like pounds and pounds and pounds
a
of
week?
fucking meat
Oh,
from
me.
our meat department. And we have like paper bags. And I always made sure to pack all of his meat in one bag. And when I go to hand him the bag, my scrawny ass, because I was skinny at the time, would put the bag on the counter with one arm to let him know that I'm stronger than him.
Pussy.
And I would always look at him like, please ask me to fucking split this in 2 bags. I dare you. I dare you. But no, he never did.
What balls for James Harrison to be in Arizona?
Yeah.
Like he didn't fucking shit on his fucking meat.
He's fucking huge. He is so fucking big in person.
Yeah. I met Joey Porter over at one of the Wild Horse Pass Casino. Big dude. But James Harrison, yeah, that dude's fucking friggin' giant. Let's see. Met Darnell Dockett over at Best Buy. Ran into Dockett and Fitz on NAU's campus when training camp was down there. That was cool. I've already told the stories about Entree Roll. So
yes, shout out Entree Roll.
Yeah. Larry Fitzgerald doing bird calls at us for smoking weed outside his house. So we've told that story before. So,
yeah, like
I'm old, though. I've been around the block. I'm old.
Yeah, like I've met a fucking like Niners offensive lineman.
You probably met like Matt Prater or something, just never knew it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure I probably met someone on the practice squad.
Have a good day, old white guy.
Yeah,
kicker for the Cardinals.
But no, my only like big like names that I've met, Paul Goldschmidt was like.
Ooh, I've never met him.
Yeah, I don't know if I told the story on the podcast.
Do it.
But I don't even remember. It's football season, obviously, but he's in my line, and I'm thinking, wow, this guy's super hot, and he was super friendly, and I'm like thinking, like he looks familiar. For whatever reason, my homeboy
model
something, but my homeboy that works in the meat department in the back of the store comes sprinting up front and starts to bag his groceries. I'm thinking, what the fuck are you doing here? Why are you bagging groceries right now? Like, you don't work here. And he's bagging his groceries, and I'm just small talk because I'm a flirt by nature, so I'm flirting with him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you have any plans tonight? And it's a Thursday. He goes, oh, it's Thursday night football. I play fantasy football. And I'm like, oh, no way, me too. Like, can I see your lineup? So he showed me his lineup. I pulled out my phone. I'm showing him my lineup. He complimented my lineup. And I'm like, all right, have a great day, blah, blah, blah. He's walking away. And my friend's looking at me like, do you know who the fuck that is?
Wow.
And I'm like, is that? And he goes, yes. And I'm like, no fucking way. And I'm like, he's married. But I'm like, I should have fucking gave him my number. Or ask for an autograph, fucking something. But I'm like,
right. Can I have your email? We'll do fantasy football next year together.
Right, something. But he was so fucking cool. Like that was the best experience. Tim Tebow was actually really cool too.
Yeah.
He paid for like the people behind him, like their stuff. Tim Tebow.
Oh wow. Okay.
Tim Tebow was really nice. I got his autograph. Do I still have it? No. Because he signed like a receipt.
He signed your boob.
No, he's too Christian for that. I told like a famous golfer to his face that I thought golf was boring.
Okay.
I'm sure
he hears it a lot.
His name was Ricky something. So if anybody knows golf,
young guy.
Yes, that's the one.
Ricky.
Because the guy behind him when he left was like, "You realize you just told like a pro golfer like." I'm like, it is boring. Who the fuck is that? I don't know.
He's like, well, fuck, I'm not gonna be banging this fucking grocery chick tonight. God.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, it was during the Waste Management Open. He was like, "Are you going to the Open?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Golf is
No, fuck
boring."
that shit.
Yeah, I'm like, "No, golf is boring." I watch, and he goes, "What?" And then I not only that, I said, "I watch real sports." He's
Ah!
like, "What?" And I'm like, basketball, football, a little baseball. He goes, "Okay, that's
Arm wrestling,
it."
whatever. Anything but golf.
Extreme fucking badminton.
Yeah, putt. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah. And then I bet Michael Phelps, he's a douche.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a douche.
It's because you don't smoke weed.
I smoke weed. Not a lot.
Oh,
But I
where's
smoke
my invite? Where's my invite to the party? I would have brought the weed.
Yeah.
Where'd you meet Michael Phelps at?
Again, Whole Foods.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
North Scottsdale. There you go. Makes sense.
Still in the 101.
There you go. Free advertisement. Hopefully we get sponsored by them. Shout out Whole Foods.
Oh, fuck no. There is probably a,
Fuck you too, Whole Foods.
yeah, no. I'm not welcome back in that store. There's probably a fucking picture of me, don't fucking let her in.
What'd you steal?
Everything. Oh, well. Hey, man, that company sold the best years of my life. So, I had to get them back.
Like a shitty lover.
Exactly.
There we go. Well, you want to end it on that note? We've been
fucking rambling. So shout out to everybody that's been listening to our bullshit. We appreciate you all.
Yeah, appreciate you. If you guys haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. We will be back hopefully next week with Will to make fun of him, or he can make fun of us, whatever.
And hopefully be talking about a Cardinals win, that we carved up the Bears, Justin Fields fucking laid an egg, and I advanced to my fantasy championship.
And hopefully the Commanders win. They play the Jets, folks. Commanders are right in front of us. If us and the Commanders have the same record, they have the lower pick because of our strength of schedule. I believe that's the case. So
fuck the Commanders.
Root for the Commander. Hey, come on.
I mean, never mind.
Over the Jets, though. Come on. Man, what are you, Aaron Rodgers fucking?
If anybody has listened to this podcast beyond this year, they know how I feel about the Jets.
You're a huge Jets fan.
Jets, Jets.
Go New York, go.
That's Will's bullshit for the Giants.
Right. Yeah, we gotta go. I would just chant. God damn it.
Score predictions though. We won't go through the whole slate.
Yep,
but
let's do it. AZ, we're gonna put up 26. Chicago's putting up 19. Woo! Cardinals by 7.
I'm going Cardinals 34 to
damn 34, eh?
34 to 20.
34-20. I like it. All right.
All right, y'all.
All right. Thank you guys again for joining each and every one of us. I'll let Jackie start the sign-offage.
This has been another episode of the Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Jackie. You can find me on Twitter if you're not listening on Twitter at live on. I fucking said Will shit again.
Every other week. Oh,
every other week I do this. You can find me on Twitter at James San Diego. That's with 2 O's, filling in for Will, who you can find on Twitter at live on that swing.
I'm Mac. You can find me on Twitter at AZ Sports Fiend. Happy holidays to each and every one of you. Thank you guys for joining us. Jackie and I, as often as we can make it on here, we appreciate you guys, and best wishes to you and your family to start the new year. And just Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you guys celebrate. Hope you can spend it with your family, and hopefully we get a good Cardinal game coming up on Sunday. So we will talk to you next week. Bye.
Yes, Merry Christmas, everybody. Goodbye.